I'm Farah Duro, and you're listening to the PCOS Revolution podcast. Well, hello, everyone. I hope you've been having a wonderful week so far and have been enjoying some sunshine wherever you are. Now, even though I'm in Miami, Florida, we've had a few days of cooler spring air, and it's made me aware of the fact that I really miss having seasons sometimes. So don't get mad if you're shoveling snow up north right now as you're listening to this show. I would trade you maybe just for one day to make some snow angels, and then I'd be perfectly content going back to having a beach day in February. So along with the changing seasons and the fact that we actually sprung forward today and we lost an hour this morning due to daylight savings time, I wanted to talk a little bit about fertility and pregnancy in PCOS. So when we tune into the cycles of life, our circadian rhythms, and becoming more in tune with our bodies by encouraging a regular monthly cycle, we not only set the stage for improving our fertility, but can also feel more balanced overall with our moods and our energy. So today I would like to share a story with you from one of my patients at Florida Complete Wellness named Luisa, who overcame her irregular cycles, mood swings, and anxiety caused by PCOS and became pregnant naturally using a powerful combination of acupuncture, Chinese herbs, and by implementing the lifestyle techniques that she already knew as a personal trainer. So Luisa wanted to take a natural approach when trying to conceive. And by doing that, she overcame a 60 to 70 day irregular cycle pattern and also shifted her mood swings, anxiety, and started to overcome her inflammation that resulted in neck pain and back pain as well. So from a personal trainer perspective, she actually felt that having the diagnosis of PCOS was a relief. And she shares how nutrition and exercise along with acupuncture helped to regulate her cycle into a 28-day cycle pattern. So we talk about a special herbal combination called Blossom, which is quite effective at improving fertility naturally, even though she wasn't crazy about taking so many capsules each day. I know, it's understandable, right? So she was also going to share how her pregnancy was transformed with the lifestyle techniques she put into place. And during this episode, Luisa also gives tips on exercising during pregnancy and what worked best for trying to figure out portion control as well. And she's also going to share some advice for women struggling on how to figure out how much calories to increase during pregnancy with PCOS and the best strategies for exercising. So she also goes into her experience with having a doula and by using hypnobirthing. And those are things that really helped her with getting through her contractions during labor. So I won't keep you waiting. I'll let you hear it from Luisa herself. And I hope you are just as inspired by her story as I was. So enjoy.
Hi there, my name is Luisa Dominguez and I live in Sunrise, Florida. Dr. Farrar asked me to briefly share my story here. I have been a certified personal trainer since 2008. I didn't do that full time until right before I got pregnant. In the end of 2014, I took it more seriously and I just focused on fitness and nutrition. I contacted Farrar in 2014, the beginning of 2014, that was in June, because we were trying to get pregnant for a while already, at least I would say a good year. And I went to the doctor, got my results, and then found out that I had PCOS. I did not know until that point that I had PCOS. I knew that my period's very regular, but I kind of dismissed it because I thought, I was on the pill for so many years and now I'm off the pill and I always had weird periods, so it's okay. But I never thought of it as, I might have something. Well, when I found out, it was very, very enlightening to me. And of course, the ways that they tell you to do is to take different medications that can get you pregnant. And then if that doesn't work, IVF and so forth. Well, we hoped to not go that route. I mean, we're doing all the tests beforehand. But before I even wanted to decide to do something like that, I wanted to really look at it in natural approach. And that's when I came across Dr. Farrar. And I can only say the best things about her office and her staff, and helping me, making me feel welcome, and just helping me to get pregnant. And yeah, we started about in June of 2014, I believe, or earlier than that. And we tried to regulate my periods, my cycles, because they were not regular at that point. They were anywhere from maybe 50 days to 60, almost 70 day cycles. With that, mood swings and all that, those kind of things as well that are related, anxieties and neck pain and so forth. And the funny thing to note, though, is as a PCOS person, somebody that has PCOS, most women that do have that, and maybe you're familiar with that, have problems with being hairy on their faces and so forth, have problems with being overweight. And so when I was told that, and the doctor gave me the diagnosis, I was very happy, because I knew that the only reason why I am the way I am right now, and in control of my weight and being healthy so that I can have a child, is because I've always taken care of myself with nutrition and with exercise and with accountability. And I did that also throughout my pregnancy, and I will talk about that a little bit more. Anyway, we started the procedures with Dr. Farrar at least once or twice a week. I was going for sessions. Once we regulated my hormones, after a few months, it took a while. And then I finally got my cycle about 28 days later. And we were like, oh my goodness, we're going to jump on this. And we're going to start giving you, let's do phase 1 through phase 4. I don't know if this sounds familiar to you, but it's almost like the natural way of whatever the doctors would give you in order for you to in order for you to be able to ovulate and actually have an egg that will be eventually a baby. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but we did that, and it was awful because I had to take about 3 or 4 pills. I don't know, a bunch of pills. I know it was like 12 herbal pills in a day, and I did that for a couple of weeks, and then I had to switch off different pills. But I got pregnant. I did get pregnant. The following month, I found out that I was pregnant, and Dr. Farrar said, don't put your hopes up high, because we're just doing this, and it's the beginning. But sure enough, I did get pregnant, and I have to tell you, throughout my pregnancy, I had the best pregnancy ever. I was glowing, and I felt good. I hardly had any back pain, except maybe towards the end of my pregnancy. I was able to exercise throughout. I gained about 30 to 35 pounds. I didn't really weigh myself anymore towards the end, because I didn't want to add that extra stress to myself. So I told the doctor, if you see that something seems unreasonable, you let me know. And I thought that was just good enough for me. I did exercise during my pregnancy. And one thing that is important to note is that when you are able to exercise during your pregnancy, you are pumping that blood for 2 people. Your blood is already pumping more. Your body's already pumping more blood because you have a baby growing in your body. But when you're doing that and you exert yourself in a reasonable manner during your pregnancy, it's going to be even easier when you're not pregnant anymore, because your body's already used to that elevated state of your exertion with 2 people in your body. So it's definitely worth putting in some time and exercising, and always do anything that makes you feel good, that makes you feel comfortable. Don't do anything that's uncomfortable. And another thing to note is that during the first trimester, you can basically do anything, unless you are a high-risk person. Then you want to check with your doctor, obviously. But otherwise, there should be no problem in exercising. You can do anything. And depending on how advanced you are, you probably can do most things till the end of your pregnancy, just in a modified manner. And that's also very, very common sense things. You're not going to be doing things in the second trimester and third trimester where you're laying in your stomach. Obviously, you can't do that. You can't be laying on your back for too long. But even you can actually lay on your back, but not for too long. What else? While you're pregnant, make sure that even though you might have the nausea thing, just listen to your body, drink enough fluids, stay active, move, and try to eat healthy fats, eat small meals throughout the day. And you don't need to increase your calories the first trimester. You really increase your calories only during the second and third trimester, anywhere from 200 to 500 calories. And another thing to note is if you are already overweight when you are getting pregnant, you really don't have to increase any calories because your body will just use your body fat storage to feed the baby. You just want to keep your maintenance calories and maybe increase a little bit, but you have to be, watch that and discuss it with your doctor. And another thing that was amazing for me during my pregnancy and during the acupuncture procedure, me and my husband went to a seminar that Dr. Farrar did at that time, and we were so impressed about what Dr. Lacombe talked about, and it was of hypnobirthing. And at that point, I knew I needed to learn more about it. I needed to get my hands on this. And so we signed up and did a course. I think it was 5 weeks long, about hypnobirthing. And I, every day when I was pregnant, was listening to my tapes in the morning, in the evenings, and I was learning how to breathe right. And it can tell you for a fact that it really, really helped me during my my surges, during my contractions, how they call them. Surges, we call them at hypnobirthing. And I was not able to deliver my daughter without any epidural because she was not, we were not progressing after 2 days. So I asked for an epidural at that point. That was not my plan. But even with that, you learn in hypnobirthing that you just stay calm and you accept what's happening, but you decide what is going to happen. And you do that with the help of your partner. And if you get a chance, I would recommend for you very highly to get a doula. Doula is the best investment you can put yourself, you can get for yourself during your, when you want to deliver your baby and before, because they give you confidence. They give you all the tips on what to do. They help you with your birth plan. They assist you during your labor. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to have, and definitely worth spending the money. And some insurances even cover part of it, as far as I know. I would definitely recommend that. And I also, little side note, when I was pregnant, I was taking my prenatal, obviously, and vitamin D. And I'm still taking vitamin D. And I can say that my daughter was able to breastfeed until about September of last year, when she was about a year old. Yeah, I was able to breastfeed her for a year. And she has hardly been sick. And she's going to daycare now some days a week, and she's hardly been sick. I mean, I really, really feel like if you take care of yourself while you're pregnant and, take care of your body and your mind, and you move to get some blood pumping, you definitely will have a wonderful pregnancy and a great delivery. And it's all new to you, perhaps, if it's your first child. But you know what? If you have those people that are around you that are going to support you, you'll be just fine, because your child knows what to do, and you just have to be there to be present for the experience of being a mom and delivering that baby. Anyway, I am so glad that you listened in, and I hope that you felt encouraged by my story. And, it's possible to stay active while you're pregnant. And if you need some extra encouragement and motivation, I am not specialized in helping women that are pregnant, but I've went through it myself, and I worked out during the time that I was pregnant. I've taken courses on it. And I can help you with anything, even if it's nutrition based. So if you want to contact me, I will leave my link to my Facebook page on Dr. Farrar's page, and you can contact me through there. I'm looking forward to talking to you soon, and I wish you a wonderful pregnancy, and talk to you soon. Bye.
And that's the end of this episode of the PCOS Revolution podcast. If you've enjoyed the show and want to help me spread the word about how women with PCOS and hormonal imbalances can lead happier, more healthier lives, please head over to iTunes and leave us a review. They really do make a difference. If you'd like to have a question answered on the show or would like to recommend a guest, please go to floridacompletewellness.com/podcast. If you're on social media, you can follow me at facebook.com/floridacompletewellness and twitter.com/floridacomplete, where I post a lot of interesting research, webinars, and articles on our blog about really getting to the root of hormonal imbalances like PCOS. So it's a great way to stay in touch with the latest developments. Thanks so much for listening and see you soon.